Hello and happy holidays, everyone. Welcome back to the 8th episode of the Fives podcast. This is actually going to be a special episode this week, leaning into 5 new videos. All of them are advertisements, and all of them are real commercial ads.
Yeah, I think AI is definitely going to take the advertising industry by storm, and that shouldn't scare people because advertising budgets are getting tighter and tighter these days. So hopefully advertising creatives will see this as an enabler of their bigger ideas.
Number one.
So first up, we're looking at a French Avenue Perfume ad from Blair, Vermette. I think this is really where AI shines for something like a perfume brand, where all you can do is convey the emotion, mood, and the brand. It's the same as alcohol. You can't really communicate smell or taste, so it's all about expressing the vibe of the brand.
Yeah, what I like about this video is that it feels just natural as a perfume ad. It's, if take away the AI element out of it, it is pure perfume ad. It's what you would see from Dior today. It's what you'd see from any of the major brands. So it's and it works. So I think we'll see a lot of AI videos coming from the perfume and fashion industry in the near future because it really works well for their industries.
Number two.
Our second video this week is from a team called Lipstick Berlin. It's probably an agency working on behalf of the client Vodafone in this case. And what I really liked about this was that it feels true to the brand. It definitely is European, and it has kind of a bit of the European sentiment in the creative. I don't think it's an accident that we're seeing a lot of the early AI commercials coming from more European brands than US brands. I think AI video is a little less controversial in Europe than it is in the US so far.
Yeah, so you can't get much more mainstream than Vodafone. And I think it's perfect for a telecoms brand to use AI to communicate so many different possibilities across so many different audiences. You'd have to imagine a small project like this would never have the budget to have so many shots, locations, and that much VFX in a traditional production.
Number three.
So third, we have a cosmetics ad, and this was just an imagined ad by Nora Bereczki. I think if I saw this, I would think it was a real ad. Cosmetic ads tend to have a certain formula, which Nora has really locked onto. But what I think it's interesting to imagine here is that you could give this type of formula to AI to create one-to-one personalized ads, so that if these were tailored to the needs of the viewer, skin type, complexion, etc., I think that's really where the future of AI advertising could be going.
Yeah, that's a great point, Kai, and I think this is a great example of the possibilities of personalization. We're hearing a lot about what's exciting a lot of brands is being able to personalize creative, where I see one ad, you see a different ad, all coming out of the same campaign, and this is a good example of how that might be possible.
Number four.
Our fourth video this week is for an automotive brand, Land Rover Defender, and from the team of Tool of North America. And what I love about this is it really leans into what makes Land Rovers exciting, going off-road, having lots of adventures, and they're able to really take this to some cool locations and places that, like you said in one of our early examples, the budget just wouldn't be there to go all these places, and yet with AI, we can now go across the entire globe in just a few seconds.
Yeah, I think this is a perfect example of augmenting the current process with AI as a superpower. All the additional B-roll footage that would have required far too many locations to do practically. And when you think about it, all they really used was the one location of the garage. So, I think we're going to see a lot more of this being used in advertising as kind of their backup for their main production.
Number five.
Finally, we have Still G.I.N, a gin brand by Dre and Snoop. And this is an ad produced by Rosewood Creative. Here they've blended AI with live action to have Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg interacting with Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr. From the behind the scenes video, you can see this was a pretty big set production, and it looks like they had actors in for Sinatra and Davis Jr., so they must have then used AI to deepfake the singing legends onto the stand-ins. I think across the industry we're seeing that this can be done more believably than when folks tried to do it with CGI in the past, and it's really exciting to see.
Yeah, I think with this ad, it's more notable because of the older actors who are no longer with us meeting current actors and talent. But in terms of actually, does the ad work? I'm not so sure that it really does. It starts off strong, but I think it begins to fall apart a little bit deeper into the ad. What's really interesting here is they did have the authorization and participation of the estates of Sinatra and Sammy Davis. So the families or the estates were involved in the production. So I think there's also another kind of warning sign here to high-profile talent that you probably need to be very clear in your estate planning purposes of what rights you want to extend when you've passed away, so that your estates will know what to do. But overall, I think we'll see a lot more of these sort of mashup of talent from different generations coming together. Thanks, that's it for this week. Please like and subscribe.
See you next time.